Welcome to Tricky Mickey. Please subscribe, share, and like. In this episode, we are going to examine the Whaley House of San Diego, California. It is rumored to be the most haunted house in all the United States of America, the entire country. We're going to start from the beginning, its history, tradition, its foundation, and you make up your own mind. The Whaley House was created originally by Thomas Whaley in 1857. It was a house for him, his wife, and his children. The Whaley House can now be found on Route 101, Historic California 101 Highway, and is now a landmark. It's a museum of historical San Diego as it was back in the 19th century, mid-19th century. And it has many, many things to offer. Let us start at the beginning. Thomas Whaley and his family in 1856, San Diego, California. This is Thomas Whaley, who came from New York in mid-19th century with his entrepreneur skills and established a business in the early 1850s. He bought this property that originally was a gallows. The Whaley House was built by Thomas Whaley in 1856-57. This is the oldest brick structure in Southern California. In addition to being the home of the Whaley family, it served various things such as a granary store, courthouse, and school, and it's the town's first theater. This picture is of the Whaley family as it was in the beginning. The woman in the picture is Anna Whaley and their two children. It was customary at this time for the first floor to be rented out and established as a business, and the top floor was going to be for a residency for the family. This is a picture of Anna Whaley. She was of French descent. This will play a part in the history of the family. Here is the grocery store that they use as a form of their business, which either they rented out or co-own. As I stated before, originally this place was a gallows where lawbreakers in the Old West were hung for various crimes, some that we would consider absurd. And I will go more into that a little while from now. On the first floor of the Whaley House, this portion was rented out to the city as a second court for San Diego in that period of time. In addition, to the right of this picture, you will see it was also the first live theatrical theater for them. Now comes the legend of Yankee Jim. Yankee Jim was William Robinson. He was a gold prospector. He was unfortunately jumped and had to flee with his life and abandon his gold claim. He came to San Diego and was hard pressed. He couldn't find a job and he was desperate. So desperate that he stole a pilot boat. This pilot boat was used to transport people and merchandise out to the waiting boats in the harbor of San Diego. He did this because he was unable to find any job and was starving and desperate to survive. He was apprehended by the police and he was convicted and sentenced to death by hanging. He was very shocked, and up to the time he was hung, he couldn't believe that the severity of his crime, which in those days was considered grand larceny because of the extent of the value of the boat, that they would do this to him. Thus began the legend of Yankee Jim. Unfortunately, since Yankee Jim was over 6 feet tall, it took him 45 minutes to die after they pulled the horse from underneath him and he was swinging and dangling. He died a very hard, agonizing death that took him 45 minutes. We now see his gravestone where people put coins and try to remember him for the unfortunate circumstances of his verdict of death and the way he died. His restless spirit continues to haunt the place that is now Whaley House. This is also his last resting place. The truth about the haunting of the Whaley House stems from all the people who died. At the top of the stair, the ghost of Thomas Whaley is said to be standing on occasion there, and many people over the years and the centuries have stated under oath that they have seen his spirit. that the spirit has even actually looked at him. Since 1960, since the camera was invented, there has been a total of 500 photographs that have been collected from tourists visiting the Whaley House, which is a museum, and they have taken pictures and documented. Some of these pictures are before you for you to make up your own mind and evaluate them for yourself. As you can see, this is the main bedroom chamber of Thomas Whaley and Anne Whaley. Apparition. Ectoplasma has been found and photographed. This is called spirit essence. In addition, in the kids' bedroom, the spirit of a child has been said to roam this place, which originally was the daughter's bedroom. Also, a little boy has been known to be seen on the premises. The organ has been heard to be playing at nighttime. It has frightened many people because this place is not open after it closes at nighttime. A photograph of a little girl, as you can see on the left hand of the picture, was taken by Mr. Joe Jones of Vista, California in 2001. There's been many sightings there. There has been a total of 7 known spirits, according to psychic and paranormal expert who have gone to this place and explored it. There are many situations which are not explained, like cold spots. Individuals who have gone to this place have stood in the courtroom and have felt a choking, as if somebody has put a noose over their throat and has been hanging them. After all of this information, it's up to you to determine what you believe. Please subscribe, share, and like. This is Tricky Mickey. Thank you for listening and watching this with me. Until next time, bye.